All right, we'll go ahead and hop right in here. Don't want to keep you for too long. Right off the bat, man, I know you kind of cut your season short last season with an injury. Looks like it was an MCL and an ACL tear. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How does that impact you moving forward, and what kind of recovery process have you went through to kind of get back to where you were before?
It's a good question. Like when obviously I tore both the biggest ligaments in my knee, so coming back probably was a little harder. But I've been through adversity before, so like the process was basically just like the process because I've been through my fair share of injuries, and just keeping a positive mindset was key for one, and then two, just attacking it every day. I just wanted to be better than I was before, and here I am sitting almost 10 months. I feel really good, and I'm ready to get back to playing football.
Now, one thing you have to deal with this that I don't think anyone ever has had to deal with before. Obviously, there's a lot of impacts from COVID going on right now. Has that impacted your recovery or your lead up to the season at all this far?
Not at all, and I'm actually thankful because when this whole thing happened, um, I came back home and my trainer hit me up saying like they were still open because they got approved by the CDC. So I was like really thankful because the only thing I was really missing at the time was really my strength in my leg. So I was able to train from end of March till now. So I haven't missed a beat, and I feel really, really good.
I got you. Well, watching your tape, man, I mean, it's pretty apparent you can affect the game anytime you have your hands on the ball. Where does that versatility come from?
I had to credit my dad really because he never really had me at one set position. I would play running back, quarterback, receiver. When I was younger, linebacker, safety, corner. Then like even and like the return games as well. So just being able to be as versatile as I can, and I know that's more remarkable nowadays, especially with the game now. So I'm thankful for my dad that put me in different positions. And so, like, as of right now, I can play running back, receiver, kick return, punt return. Wherever you really need me, I just want to make an impact on the game and help my team, help my team get a W.
You definitely have some of the best hands of any running back I've seen thus far through the 2021 draft cycle. Um, to you, I mean, as someone who can affect the game in so many ways, what does a successful outing kind of look like for you?
Successful outing. Well, more so for me, I would just want to stay healthy. Then bumps and bruises going to happen. It's a physical sport, so I'm not really worried about that. Just keeping my body right. Um, just end on a bang. I know we slipped in 2018 from a championship, so that's definitely number one on my board. And obviously, records are always meant to be broken, and I know off the hand I can have the all-purpose record this year, and that'll be a huge honor just because it's been at Towson since 1991, and it'll be a big deal for me to break that. And there's a whole lot of goals that I can't wait to break this year.
So one thing I want to ask you, obviously you ended up at Towson. How did you end up there? I mean, I know you had quite a few offers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Akron, James Madison, Old Dominion, Boise State. What led you to this university?
More family. It was when I first got recruited, I was like, "What's Towson?" Stuff like that, and I did my research. This was like the year Terrence West got drafted in the third round, running back, which I was playing. Then under him was Darius Victor, who had a really good career there. I actually got to play with him, so then that's like my big brother. And so I was just saying like a constant thing with like our running back. So I was that drew interest for me. Took a visit there, and obviously you mesh with all the guys. The coaches are the coaches are like family, and it was like a perfect fit for me.
So obviously you got the chance to play with Joe Flacco's little brother, Tom. What was that kind of like playing with someone whose brother was in the NFL, had been to a Super Bowl? Did that kind of impact the team in any way, or what did you see there?
Yeah, definitely Tom helped a lot just because great quarterback, and definitely needed a quarterback right then and there to fit like the mold of the team. So him coming in 2018 with the talent that we had just improved it much more. So thankful for that.
Is there a current player in the NFL that you model your game after, or that you watch and you kind of think, yeah, that's something that I want to emulate?
I wouldn't say just one particular player. Probably I have a few like past and present. So LaDainian Thompson, LaShawn McCoy, Alvin Kamara, Le'Veon Bell, and Tariq Cohen.
Okay. Um, One thing that gets brought up a lot, and I like to ask anybody that I can. You see a lot of naysayers as far as if you don't play, FBS Division One ball, they kind of think that you don't play up to the same level of competition. And we've seen in recent years players get drafted from different divisions and have a lot of success. How do you feel about that? And how do you handle the naysayers in that situation?
It's just something that I grew up with, especially just getting doubted and stuff like that. And like FCS, FBS ball really isn't a big difference, just because at the end of the day, it's Division One football. You're going to be able to play. And like you said, recent years, players getting drafted first round, second round. Was 2 years ago, Darius Leonard from South Carolina State won Defensive Player of the Year. So just proves to you that we have ballers at this level.
Well, you've got some attention. Recently Jim Nagy, the executive director of the Senior Bowl, had mentioned you on Twitter. What was that kind of like to, open Twitter and see your notifications that somebody like that was talking about you?
It was a blessing because I was on the Senior Bowl last year prior to getting hurt. So I'm just glad he didn't forget about me. And I'll be there this year for sure.
Awesome. Well, my last question for you, if somebody that was a decision maker happened to stumble across this interview and got a chance to listen to it, what's one thing, you would kind of want to tell them to kind of sell yourself as far as why they should take you?
Getting play with a chip on his shoulder, been through adversity, he can overcome it, and very confident and coachable kid that's willing to do everything for the team.
Awesome, man. Well, that's all I got for you. I really appreciate you joining me.